Good morning, everybody. Today is, I don't even know what today is. I don't know. Let's see. Today is Monday, June 29th, and I am actually working on page number, I believe, 10 in our I Am journal. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I actually saw this a long time ago on Pinterest, and it's been on my mind ever since, so we're going to try it today. Just so you know, I have already went ahead and I gessoed both of my pages, and it's nice and dry, as you can tell. So let's get started. What I'm actually going to talk about today, or what I'm doing in my journal today, is a representation of I am an artist. And I want to do this because I think a lot of people believe they're only an artist if they can do perfect, wonderful pieces. That's not true. If you create, I don't care whether it's you play music or write songs or whatever the case may be, you're an artist. Anything that uses your mind to create something new or something different, to me, says you're an artist. Okay, just to let you guys know, what I'm using right here is a Braille paper. Now, I found this in one of my local thrift shops. It was a children's music, I believe is what it was, that they could read. So, of course, I had to have one. And so what I'm doing is I'm actually using this Braille paper. It's kind of heavy. It's almost like a cardstock, a heavy cardboard. I'm using matte gel to keep it down because it's so heavy. And what we're going to do, the middle of this is going to be this cardstock. And then the other thing we're going to be using also today is book text. And let's see. I think I just want to put that piece there. This is actually going to be quite heavy, and that's why I'm using the matte gel, is because it is a heavy paper, and I really want it to adhere for what I'm going to put on top of it. So as I was saying, yes, if you create anything, you are an artist. I don't care what anybody says. You don't have to be a Picasso. You don't have to be a Mozart, which I know he's a music artist. You don't have to be rich and famous to be an artist, right? We all have in us a little place where we like to imagine things and create things. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to say out there is, you know, just because you're not perfect, or you don't put out a perfect piece of art, a perfect mixed media, a perfect painting, whatever you may be doing, that doesn't mean you're not an artist. So that's where I'm off my soapbox now. So basically this page is about I am an artist. You know, is it perfect? Absolutely not. Is it going to be perfect? Heck no. But that's okay. So I enjoy what I do. I have a lot of fun doing it. It takes my mind off a lot of other things I have going on. This rain does not help. And I'm sure the people with chronic pain out there totally understand what I'm saying. So, alright, so I've used this Braille paper here kind of in the middle, and I've kind of given it I don't know, a middle piece. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use book text, and all this is just torn up book text. So I'm actually going to do some layers on the outside of this book text. Okay, nothing crazy. I have an idea of what I'm doing with this, so that's why I am layering it. Let's put put this one over here. Again, I'm using this gel because I really want this to stay stuck down. I am going to be using a, you know, mediums over it, which is going to be liquid, and I just don't want all these pieces coming up, that's all. Okay, I'm going to put you right here. Okay, I'm going to hold on you. We're going to go here. I really don't want these perfect. I kind of want them. I saw this, and by the way, I'm inspired. This is something, like I said, I saw on Pinterest a long time ago, and I just really liked the way it turned out. I liked the way it looked, so I figured, what the heck, I can try it, right? I'm sure mine's going to be totally different than theirs was, but I like the idea, so. Now I'm not, you're seeing black underneath this because some of these have drawing on the back of them, which is no big deal. I'm not worried about it. I'm not trying to be perfect with these because I do want a little bit of stagger on them. I do want some in different lengths, which is good. I'll fill up this white spot here. Okay, maybe we'll put another couple in here. There's one there. Let's throw this one here. This one here. Okay. Still got a little bit of more white down here, which I'm going to actually put paint on this too, so that's okay. Alright, let's work on this side. Let's see, we're going to put you, cover up the white spots. There we go. So I hope you're all enjoying doing this I Am journey. I find that when I sit down and play in my I Am book that I think a lot about you know, who I am and what's my purpose, and just, you know, how lucky I am to, you know, I hate to say it, but to be in the place that I'm at. I could be much worse off, I know that. Okay, I like that. I definitely could, you know, I definitely could be in a much worse place. So, my heart goes out to the people that are suffering a lot more than I am. I feel for them. But I'm telling you, I know the chronic pain, and it's no fun. So I'm just kind of throwing these in here because I don't want to throw them in my little bucket over here. Just to make it a little bit different. Okay. Alright, so I've got, this one's got to go on here. I can't not put it on here. I've got this set up so that my book text and Braille is on here. I'm going to go ahead and let this thoroughly dry, and then we're going to come back and we're going to continue. Talk to you in a bit. Okay, everybody, this is pretty well dried up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it around because I want to be able to glue this on. This is just a doily. I probably found it at the dollar store. I'm going to go ahead and use matte medium for this just because it's not very thick. So I'm just going to glue this down here. Of course, I always put too much matte medium on. I'm not sure why, but I do. Just how I do things. Alright, so I've already folded this so that it will actually fold in the book. And what I'm going to do is just place that fold in the middle, and then I'm going to glue it down. Oops. Try to keep as many bubbles out of it as I can. Oops, might help if I take top off, huh? Okay. Alright, so I've glued this down. I'm going to let this dry, and in the meantime, I've gotten out some copper paint, and I'm not sure why, but I've really taken to using this copper paint lately. I just really like the way it looks. So, what we're going to do, alright, we'll let this dry now. So it's on there pretty well. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is flip it back around, unglue it from the back. Alright, now I've got this copper. This is just a Reeves acrylic copper. I'm going to throw some on my desk right here, just a little bit. I'm going to take the same brush that I was using with my matte medium. I added just a touch of water to it. You can't really see it over here on the side, but that's okay. I added just a little bit of water to it because I really just want kind of a glaze. And I'm just going to slowly glaze around the outsides. A little bit up into the pages. I really don't want a whole lot. Again, just a glaze with some water and a touch of that copper. Don't want a whole lot. I just want it to, there we go. Throw a little bit more down here. A bit more here. Okay, now I'm going to take a baby wipe and just kind of blend it a little bit because I don't really want brush strokes. So I'm just going to kind of get rid of those brush strokes here on the edges. Okay. Alright, let's dry this up and see how it looks. Okay, now I'm going to need some more on this one side. I don't have quite enough copper color over here. So again, I'm just doing it real light with water and the copper paint just to try to get a glaze on here. Maybe we'll throw a little bit more on this side. Again, we're going to go back in with the same baby wipe and just try to blend it a little bit. I really don't want it. Okay. Alright, so let me bring you in and show you. We've just got some copper around the bottom edges. That's all we've got. Okay. So, and I want a little bit more. More! I want more. Just make it a little bit darker where I can. Okay. Alright, now trying to decide if I want to put, you know what, I do. I want to put some copper on this, but I just want it to be light. There we go. I'm just going to use the baby wipe, just kind of maybe accent some of those. So it's not quite so white. I don't like the all white. Let's make it copper. Shall we? Now this is the doily, and I'm going to just kind of some more water, a little bit of copper. All right. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and dry this up, and we'll be right back. Okay, the copper's pretty well dry, and I still have a bunch here on my table, which I'm going to worry about later. Hopefully I don't stick my fingers in it. Now, a lot of times at night, when I'm sitting at on the couch, maybe watching a television show or whatever, I'll just take a regular old book with me, and I like to doodle in that book. And these are some of the doodles that have come out of that book. So what I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do is start off with this bird. I just love this little bird. I think he's really cool. The problem is this is done with a water-based marker. So I've got to be really careful on how I put him down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the matte medium. I'm using the same brush again. Yes, I know I probably shouldn't, but I do. I am going to lightly coat the whole back of him with the matte medium. And then I'm going to put him down here. Now, like I said, this is a water-based that I've used on here. So I'm just going to be very careful on going around the edges to keep him down, including the piece that I tore. Okay. Alright, so he's my little birdie. He's hanging out with me. I like him. Alright, now I've got some of these, I got some of these flowers. I'm putting my book into my matte medium. Got some of these flowers that I'm just going to put down. This guy is going to go right here. I did the same thing. See how it's running? Again, these are not done with water-soluble markers, which that was a lesson learned, but I still have these and I'm not going to throw them away, so I might as well use them. Let's go ahead with the next one. Again, I'm just trying to go around the outsides to get the outsides down, because if I go straight over top of this, I'm just going to have a black mess. Because my pen was not waterproof. Okay. Let's see, we've got one more here. I really want to use them. So I think what we're going to do, he's going to go right about there. See how it, I don't know if you can see this. Let me show you. See? See how it's running right there? That's because my marker was not waterproof. But that's okay. I'm still going to use them. This is my I Am book. I'm allowed to. So I also have some odd and end flowers here. I didn't cut these on camera because I just think that's a waste of time. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of place them around here, maybe a little bit randomly. These are actually done with pens that I can get this matte medium on. Okay, so there's those guys. Let's see, I got a couple more I want to put over here somewhere. That looks like a great spot. This one we're going to put maybe up under that one. And I've got two more here. I don't think I'm going to use them. You know what, maybe I'll put these two up here in this corner. Put one here. And maybe one right here. Okay, we're going to dry this up really good, and then I'm going to come back in with some markers and We're going to get some more stems put down here, and we're going to finish this up. So I will be right back with you as soon as it's dry and ready to go. Okay everybody, so it's nice and dry. What I'm going to do though instead, before I go on to the pens, I really want to get some stamping put down on this. I found this border stamp. It's just kind of got some squiggles on it. Of course I'm using the Ranger Archival black ink, and I'm just going to add some. I like borders, I really do, so we're just adding some border on to this page. Sorry about that, got you out of screen here. Like I've told you before, I'm sorry, but I spin my art around quite often. I find if I try to stamp with it straight, I always mess up my stamps. So, let me see if I can't do it. Let's see, we'll do this one. This we're going to put right here. I like it with a little bit more something to it, because right now it's just too plain. Okay, I like that. I'm not going to worry about trying to get it down in there, because if I do, I'll mess it up. So I'm not worried about that. Alright, I like that much better. Bring you out a little bit further. Okay, like that much better. Now I want to use... You've seen me use these quite often. This is the, the coasters, the silicone coasters that you use to set hot pots on, or to pick up hot pots. Well, I like to use them for this reason. And all I'm doing is just taking the very corner of it and I'm putting it on the ink pad and then using it. I like to use it too once the ink pad is gone, because then it just leaves like a shadow. See the shadow there? Okay, that looks better. Alright, now we've got that. Now we're going to bring out some pens, and the first thing I'm going to do is my Pitt pens. I'm going to take my black, and I really want this to come on out. My brown. And just kind of wake up this branch a little bit. Okay. Now we said on this, I am an artist. I don't want to do a whole lot to my flowers other than I may give these guys some stems, which I can do that right now. Actually, and you know, my pens are in front of me, and I like them being there, but they're just a little bit too far away. I think I'm going to have my hubby bring them to me a little bit more so I can reach them a little bit easier. Okay, I'm just, let's see, that one's actually going there. We're going to give this one, this one will come down one. And okay. Okay. Alright, so Now I need to add the lettering. Again, I don't want to put too much on these flowers. I just like them the way they are. I love these flowers up here. I love my little birdie. Now, the only thing I really want to put on here is I am an artist. And we're going to do that with the Pitt pen. Let's see how we're going to do this. Okay, so we're going to start here. We're going to do I. Am. Writing is not my strong point. I'm telling you that right now. It's just not. I'm going to put on here an artist. So now remember, as you're doing your page, it doesn't have to be perfect. This page is far from perfect, but you know what? I've had fun. I enjoy creating. To me, it means something. And let's see what you can do. You are an artist. Every one of us that creates is an artist. So please do me a favor. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up down below. If you haven't, please subscribe. Take care of yourself, and I will see you on the next page. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.